Hello, everybody. I am live. I am here on Tuesday, the 6th of December 2022, and I am live here on Facebook and on YouTube, coming in through StreamYard. I've got my camera on the other side today, so I'm not quite sure how this is going to work because I usually have my camera this side, my computer there. But all the comments will come over here. But I need to look there to see what you're up to. So, hello, Tracy. Hello, Tina. So you'll have to forgive me if I'm looking that way because, as I say, I've put the camera this side. I think it's a nicer angle. That's all right if I talk to you. But then I have to go look over here for the comments because I haven't got the comments coming on my phone. I've got to work out how I get them on my phone and not over there, which I used to do, but then I forgot how to do it. So, how is Tina? How is Tracy? How are you today? Hi, Kath. Long time no see. Kath left me all of about an hour and a half ago. I can't remember. I spent a lot of the day with Kath today. There's Janice. Hello, Janice, coming in there as well. I had to do this live stream before I fell fast asleep because I have had a very busy day. And of course, last night I didn't live stream because I went out to dinner last night. My brother invited me to the Full Gospel Men's Christmas meal. It was wonderful. I had a lovely time. Some of you will see the lovely food that I had because I posted that up. Some of you will have seen, hello, I got you on the big TV and should have the big list ready for you later this evening. Excellent. So We Love BSE, that's James coming in from We Love Bury St Edmunds, helping me on that mission. You know, folks, I have a mission and I'm like a dog with a bone and I have to see it through. I will whisper the words that we perhaps don't want to hear. Visit Isle of Wight. Okay, we're not going to talk too much about that tonight because I've got other things to do. But James very kindly been helping me with things on that one and progress being made. So we'll say that, but I will be chatting with James later as long as I stay awake because last night I had a late night and then today I was up and out. I had to be at the bus stop just after 9:30 in order to catch the bus all the way from Ryde to go to Newport and then catch the next bus all the way from Newport all the way over to Freshwater because I go to the dentist in Freshwater. My appointment was at 11:45 and I can't get on the bus before 9:30 unless I want to pay, and I don't want to pay because I've got a free bus pass, but I'm not allowed to use it before 9:30, so I got the bus just after 9:30. Hello, Tracy. Been food shopping today, so nothing. I've been food shopping today as well, Tracy. Love the scarf. Now, this scarf is well loved, and I'll tell you about that as well. Somebody tried to steal it from me last night, but they couldn't have it. I wouldn't let them. I let them borrow it, but not to steal it. So anyway, last night went out, as I say, my brother and my sister-in-law, they actually pick me up. Often when I go to my brother's Full Gospel Men meal, I go into Newport and then they pick me up from there and we go on to Cowes. But yesterday they actually picked me up from home. So I didn't take Navy Nora. Navy Nora, for those of you who don't know, is my trolley. So it's like a shopping trolley, but it's also an aid to help me walking. But of course it's bulky and going in people's cars, it fills it up a bit. So the idea is that if my brother took me last night, if there was somebody coming back to Ryde, if I didn't have Navy Nora with me, they might be able to fit me in the car and bring me home. And as we go only to the hotel and they park outside the hotel, if somebody gives me their arm just to see me into the hotel, I don't need Navy Nora. I can walk that bit without Navy Nora. So we left Navy Nora at home. You know, I don't know what she got up to, but she was at home. And so we went. And I was lucky enough to have a lift home with some lovely people sitting at our table. So right, so you folks, you might have seen my meal. I put it up on my social media. There were crackers, there were party hats, there were jokes, there was a speaker. I haven't put up I recorded the speaker, but I haven't put up her talk yet. It was very powerful. It will go up, but I haven't had a minute to do it because I came home last night, went to bed, got up this morning, and got to the bus stop by 9:30. So I had to be at the dentist for 11:45. So I got there at just after 11, just to, give myself a bit of buffer time. So I popped into a shop, and it's cool. It was called, it was one I haven't been in before. It's a cafe come restaurant. And somebody was coming out, and I said, "Oh, is that a nice cafe in there?" And she said, "Yes." So I said, I went in. It's called Pizzeria, but it's not spelt pizzeria as in pizzas and pizzeria. It's owned by Pete and Ria. So it's spelled Pete SO and then Ria RIA. So, but I didn't meet the owners. I met the people who run the place for them when they're not there. Very nice chap called Mike. I didn't ask what the lady's name was. Very nice, lovely people. Just what we expect here on the Isle of Wight. Lovely, friendly, chatty people. So that was nice. Had my coffee, went and had my dental appointment. Two fillings later, I was meeting Kath. So Kath lives over not far from where my dentist is. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Becky. Do I have home health care aides over there that come over, help you around the house and take you shopping? There are people like that, Becky, that we could do. Hello, Shane. Nice to see you. So there are people like that, Becky. But actually, normally I go and do my own shopping, or I do it online. But today, Kath and John took me because Aldi's is a bit further away. I could get to Aldi's on the bus, but they said that they would take me. So that's been part of what I've done today. But first, as I say, the dentist. And then Kath said she would meet me after the dentist. And somewhere along the line, we would have lunch. But we'd have to wait, obviously, till my mouth wasn't numb, before we could have lunch. Anyway, the other thing we had planned today, apart from our going to Aldi's for the shopping, was to go to the Isle of Wight Pearl. Aha! Look, there's Karen. Karen came in yesterday. Karen met me after. Karen, I know you said we met pre-pandemic. We didn't. We worked it out. Kath and I worked it out. We met during the pandemic because you were in my garden and my garden was already done. I started it during the pandemic. We met in one of the bits when we weren't locked down. So, Karen, we got it wrong last night. She's just changing the batteries on her hearing aid, and she'll be back to hear about my adventures. And Karen and I had a terrible giggle yesterday at the end of when I met up with her. So when she gets back from doing her hearing aids, we'll talk about that as well. So anyway, Kath had told me. She's laughing there because we did have a lot of a giggle yesterday. I always have a giggle. Life is about having giggles most of the time, and if you can, then you need to. You jolly well need to. Did I say hello to Rachel? I don't know if I did, but Rachel's in as well. Hello, Rachel. So today I met up. No, I came out of the doctor's. No, I didn't. I didn't go to the doctor's. I came out of the dentist. Went to the doctor's the other day. I'm having actually the MOT. The whole MOT. I've been to the doctors and had injections. I've been to the opticians and got some new glasses. I've been to the dentist. I'm hoping I pass my MOT and that it doesn't fail miserably. My personal MOT. Anyway, so I came out of the dentist and Kath had sent me a message saying, come out of the dentist and turn right. So I knew she was along that bit of road somewhere. Couldn't totally remember what her car looked like. Thought I knew. Anyway, I came out and the first car is a white car. I know her. I was pretty sure hers was a white car. The first car is a white car, but it looked bigger than her car. But people were waving from in that car. So I'm, hello, Tom. So I'm sort of peering, at the car. As I'd come out of the dentist, my glasses had steamed up. I was all tucked up like this because it was a cold day. And I was struggling to see who was in the car. And I was going like this. And I couldn't see. And then they wound the window down. And the person in the passenger seat I didn't recognize. So I thought, oh, I don't know who this is. Person in the driving seat, a youngish male, was going to me, and I thought, you must know me, but I don't know who you are. I couldn't see very well because I haven't got my new glasses yet. My new glasses are coming. So anyway, so whoever you were, if you're watching in and you see any of my live broadcasts, please identify who you are that I was waving to and we were doing thumbs up. You know, it's very nice to do that all, but it'd be nice to know who you actually were too. So I went chuckling along the road, as I do. Sorry. And found Kath a little bit further up. Now, what I forgot to tell you was, before I went out this morning, I put some lovely breakfast in my air fryer, some bacon and some waffles and some tomatoes. I didn't do the eggs today or mushrooms. I didn't have all that. And I thought, oh, I'll just have a quick breakfast before I go out. Well, then I forgot what I was doing, didn't I? And I came over to the computer and I ordered some googly eyes because, you know, googly eyes are most important. My brother has a Christmas jumper and it's got faces and googly eyes on it, but it's got a googly eye missing. Hi, Emma. Nice to see you. So it's got one of its googly eyes missing. Now, I've been going to fix it all year. The jumper's been sitting in you know, the other side of these cupboards, sitting on the side all year waiting for me to mend it. Now, it's not a stick-on googly eye. It's a big googly eye, and it's a sew-on one. And you can get far more easily, you can get the stick-on ones than you can get the sew-on ones. Anyway, I kept thinking, oh, I must get that. And then yesterday I thought, hey, it's nearly Christmas and this jumper needs to be fixed. I've got a jumper for my sister-in-law to fix. We've got to sort out. It's too tight at the neck. So we're doing that one as well. So I've got them down ready to do. But so instead of eating my breakfast, I came over to the computer, went on Amazon, found the required googly eyes, ordered them, totally forgot about my breakfast, got ready to go out, and remembered my breakfast just as I was due to go out. But I couldn't stop and eat it because if I missed the bus, I would miss my connection and I would be late for the dentist. Oh, Emma's birthday. Oh, right, Emma's birthday. She said she's so glad she's caught us live. Whoops. If she's a birthday girl, then we need the birthday hat. Look. Here is said birthday hat. I'm afraid the candles are all a bit squished, but I have party poppers. Let's find my, oh, I do have party poppers. Oh, here we are. I have party poppers. So, folks, it's Emma's birthday. So I will sing happy birthday to Emma when you all put loads of birthday emojis in. So can you do that? Can somebody tag Yvonne? Because I don't think Yvonne is in the broadcast. I don't think I've seen her come in. So maybe somebody could tag her. Whoa. So I want to see some birthday emojis and then I will sing to Emma. So what I've done tonight, and I see some of you are coming in from, thank you, Kath. I see that some of you are coming in from YouTube. Normally, when my son showed me how to set all this up, he said he used to tell me to make the YouTube bit unlisted and not public when I set it up, and I never not quite knew why, and I never did get to the end of it. So today I've made it public, which is why you might have seen me pop up there. So I can see that Emma's in via YouTube, Tom's come in via YouTube, Shane's come in via YouTube, James has come in via YouTube, and you can tell because you can see the little red icon there. That's the YouTube icon, and people like Tracy have come in via Facebook, which is there's the Facebook icon. So anyway, so there we go. Right. And Emma says she loves seeing my happy face. Right. Okay. Well, Kath has put in some emojis. Thank you, Kath. She has alerted Yvonne. Karen has put in some emojis. So because you've put in emojis, I'm going to sing happy birthday to Emma. So here we are. Look, there's Emma. It's her birthday. I make no apology for my dreadful voice, folks. You know, I sing. If you don't like it, hard luck. Go and watch somebody else. But I think you don't mind. I don't think you mind that much. I do love having you in here. I just haven't got a very good singing voice. So here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Emma. Happy birthday to you. Whoa, that was a good one. We had party poppers last night and they were pretty powerful. There we had party poppers, we had crackers, we had hats, we had jokes, we had all sorts. So there we go. I hope that that's made you even more cheerful, Emma. That was lovely. Tom's saying he bloody loves YouTube. Yes, okay. So I don't know. I must ask my son why he ever told me to put them, you know, as unlisted when I was doing it. I had an issue tonight because normally I set up the YouTube. I set it all up, and then I have to go and put it on my Go Live Granny page. And I actually couldn't get it to go on my page. It wasn't playing the game. I don't know what it was doing, but it wasn't playing the game. So I just didn't put it on the Go Live Granny website page. I just put it here in the public domain, just like that. So anyway, there we go. Emma's saying thank you. So she obviously liked my little rendition. And Tom's apologising for his language. Do not worry, Tom, but just try not to make it any worse than that. That was not too bad. And Kath is saying it's a long time since I did the birthdays and the party poppers. So there we go. I'm going to take off that. Do you like my little red bow? I've had so many people compliment me on my little red bow today. It is one of those things I bought years ago. Can't even remember where I bought it. It probably didn't cost me very much, but it's very simple and very effective, and people like it. So I've had lots of compliments from that today. So Shane is saying, how is Mr. David Redding? So Shane, do I know you? I can't remember. Have we met, Shane? Mr. David Redding is fine. I was with Mr. David Redding last night, and I was just telling you about his jumper and how I've got to put a googly eye back on his jumper. He did wear the jumper last night. We had a debate as to whether he was going to wear the jumper for the Christmas event. You know, bearing in mind I'd had the jumper most of the year and hadn't fixed it, and now it's Christmas. So anyway, we debated, and he took the jumper with him. Didn't think he wanted to wear it. Then I said, but if you wear it, we're sitting at the table, and the eye that's missing is lower down than the top of the table, so people probably wouldn't even see there was an eye missing from his jumper. Right, Cass can see me on YouTube too. Excellent. So I'm not going to make those private anymore. I'm going to do it like I just did then. Much easier. Anyway, so because I was, faffing around, I totally forgot to do the jumper. So when he came last night, we had this debate as to whether he would wear the jumper. He wasn't sure, but he took the jumper with him. But in the end, he did wear the jumper, and he was supposed to give it back to me at the end of the evening. And of course, he hasn't given it back to me, so I haven't got it. But on Thursday, I will have the eye that needs to go on it. So lady with googly eye will have to meet gentleman with jumper with a missing eye. Maybe we can connect and I can put the eye on, and then we will be back to okay again. So anyway, that was the start. That was last night. I managed not to do that. Then this morning, because I was on Amazon ordering the googly eyes, totally forgot to eat my breakfast. So my breakfast still in my air fryer. Well, I've just had some of it because when I came in, I thought, right, all I need to do is put that on for a few minutes and it will heat up and I can have it. But because I was faffing around, not managing to get this done properly how I normally do it, I didn't get to eat all of my breakfast, but I did eat the waffles and the tomatoes. So I still got the bacon to go and have. So let's just have a look here and see what's going on here, because I have a message and it's flashing at me and I don't know if it's something important. Let's have a look and see. Oh, no. No. It was Kath just putting a thumbs up when I said I'm going live at 8. That's what she told me. Hang on a minute. So what have I got here? Let's have a look. Right, okay, that's fine. So I've just checked my messages. That's okay. So let's do all that. Right, so let's go back to StreamYard. There we go. Right, and so no, we have not met. Oh, don't shout at me, Shane. Don't shout. Just put it in little letters, because if you put it in big letters, it looks like it's shouting. So you know me, obviously, Shane, because you know I'm connected to David. That's my brother. Anyway, let's see. Look, Karen has not stopped giggling since yesterday, and I will tell you what happened. If you weren't aware, she hasn't stopped giggling since the other day. She'd forgotten that every time we meet, we have such an adventure. And now we have more room for our adventure. So let me explain what Karen is talking about. So I've been live streaming for years and years. And I was live streaming during it was around the pandemic time, but we weren't locked down. It was sort of that sort of time. And I was live streaming down in the Rose Garden. That is between Monkton Street and the seafront. Hello, Corrie. She's late. She's late for a very important date, but it doesn't matter because you're here now, Corrie. Come and join the fun. So Shane's apologising for shouting at me. That's all right. You didn't mean to shout. I am quite sure. So anyway, let's go back, to Karen and the adventure. So when I was live streaming back then in the Rose Garden, I was, chatting away, and people were coming through the Rose Garden and going past me, and then this lovely lady came and stood near me. And I said, it's okay, you could go by because, it doesn't matter. I'm live streaming and I've got the camera this way. And she said, no, I want to talk to you. I saw you live streaming and I've got a shop over there and I've just come from my shop to come and say hello. So that's how I met Karen. I was actually live streaming near her. She's got a dog grooming shop in Monkton Street. So we linked up then, like you do. And we even had a lot of fun on that day we met. And she gave me a lift home. I live at the top of town. We were right down the bottom, the other side of town. And she gave me a lift home in her little VW camper. And that was fine. She had to move some stuff to get the Navy Nora in because she had got a full load. So she moved some stuff over and she put Navy Nora into the vehicle, and then I went in the front and she gave me a lift home. I'm so lucky that people keep giving me lifts even when I have Navy Nora. Anyway, we connected and we chatted, and we had planned to go on all sorts of adventures back then, but somehow sometimes things don't work out that way, and you have a plan and something else happens and life gets in the way. Well, basically life got in the way. But yesterday, and there's Caroline as well. Caroline's just come in. So yesterday, Caroline lives in Ryde. So yesterday, Caroline and Karen met each other because what happened, I did a random live stream from Monkton Arts, which is a wonderful cafe, but it's also they have art galleries and they promote local artists, local singers, local artists and poets, and all those sort of people. And it's a wonderful place. And I don't normally live stream from there because the signal's bad, but I noticed the password for the internet, for the Wi-Fi on, and I thought, well, let's have a go. Let's see if I can go live. And of course, I did manage to go live, and I went live, and Caroline came in and said, hello, looks like you're in Monkton Arts. And I said, yes, I am. And Caroline was actually only 3 minutes away from Monkton Arts, so she came and joined me. But Karen, who was just round the corner, because I was in the same area again, her shop was just around the corner, and so she messaged me and said, did I want to link up afterwards? So I said yes. But then Caroline came, and Caroline and I decided to have lunch in Monkton Arts. So that's what we did. We had our lunch there, and then eventually Karen came and joined us because Karen knew where we were, but we'd been quite a long time and she'd obviously finished what she was doing. So she came out. Caroline can't go too far because she broke her foot and she's on crutches. Karen is also on crutches. I felt like the one that wasn't I have Navy Nora to help me walk, but I don't have crutches. So anyway, it was all a bit of fun. So we had a wonderful time down there yesterday, and we, chatted away. And then it was time for Caroline to go, so Caroline went. And then Karen gave me a lift home. And this is where much giggling came in, much giggling, because now the VW isn't a VW anymore. Karen doesn't have a VW. She now has a big camper van with a bed and with a shower and with a cooker and all the things like that. And so suddenly we're planning adventures around the Isle of Wight. Heaven only knows what we'll get up to. But if we go on our adventures, of course, we don't have to go and keep going in cafes for coffee. I mean, it's nice to support the local cafe places sometimes, but we do run up quite a bill. But she's got a kitchen. We can make our coffees in the camper van. We are going to have so many adventures, and we need a name for what we're going to do. We'll have a blog when we go off, and maybe other people on the Isle of Wight. It's a motorhome, don't you know? Oh, I beg your pardon. I called it a camper van, and it's a motorhome. I stand corrected. What do I know? Anyway, Becky's saying we girls could go camping. Absolutely. Hello, Pizza Gan. Right, okay. Everybody coming in there. Right, oh, wait a minute. Let's go back a bit. Ailey's saying, who made your scarf, Lynn? Was it someone from the community? Yes, it was. It was Jane Ireland. Jane Ireland made me my scarf, and I'll tell you something about the scarf because somebody tried to steal it from me last night. It was a gift. Shane says he always uses capitals, then he can see better. Shane, if you've got a problem with seeing it when it's in small writing, I will be more than happy for you to use capitals, and I know then you're not shouting at me. So if you need to use capitals, please do. It's just normally that I think that's when people are shouting at me. If you need to use capitals, please do, because if it makes it easier for you. So let's see where we're getting to. Who else came in there? Oh, lots of you in now. So anyway, let's come down here. Shane's saying he knows Mr. David Redding from school. Well, David Redding is my brother, and he obviously picked up on that when I was talking about it earlier. So anyway, I now stand corrected that it's a motorhome. So we are going to go around the island in the motorhome. We need a name for our adventures. Who knows what we will get up to. But the giggling came because Karen came to bring me home in her motorhome. Now, her motorhome is way bigger than her little VW camper van was. So she drives up to me, almost to my house, but then I live in a road that's a dead end. So somehow she's got to turn round to go back the other way. Well, just before my house, just opposite on the other side, there is a community, what's supposed to be a community centre, and it has a car park. So she pulls in there, and then she says, I don't know how I'm going to get out of here because her vehicle is very long. She can't see the bits at the side. So in the end, I got out to give her instructions. So I'm standing out on the pavement yelling to her, oh, there's a little bit of a post down here. You don't want, keep over that way or go this way or go that way. Her batteries on her hearing aid weren't working very well. So she couldn't hear me very well. And I couldn't hear her yelling at me. And she had me running backwards and forwards, one side of the vehicle to the other side. And then I said, come back a bit. And then I had to go the other side and say, oh, no, look, be careful. There's a red car there. And she just did so much giggling because she was having me running backwards and forwards. It was a lot of fun, but we got her turned around and off the estate without hitting anything. Wow, we did it. Tom's saying that his dream is to visit the Isle of Wight for the 3rd time, but he lives in Ipswich and Suffolk. But just keep dreaming it, and it will happen, Tom, at some stage. Karen is laughing. She's still laughing from yesterday. Becky's saying, will we film our adventure? I don't think any of you would forgive us if we didn't film our adventures. Do you? Right, so glamping. Karen's talking about glamping. Who knows? Come and do the Loch Ness tour. Well, I think that we were thinking of doing an adventure on the Isle of Wight first. I think, any further than that, that might just absolutely be, who knows? We might never get home. So Caroline's saying next summer it'll be epic adventures, and it's not just about me and Karen. I think that other people might be invited in on this adventure too. So watch this space. So anyway, pizza. I'm not quite sure what language you're sort of using there, but would you please be polite and not use some of those words? Otherwise, I don't really want to have to block you, but I like nice, polite language on here, okay? Because this is a family show, all right? So Becky's saying, will I take Trixie with me? Who knows? Trixie might absolutely get up to some awful mischief in the motorhome. So we'll see. Kim saying, oh, that cough, darling. I have had the cough checked and everything is fine. I don't need any antibiotics. It's just got a bit left over. All right. So anyway, Becky's saying, here as a name, 2 wild crazy ladies. That might be a name. Have a look. Let's see. Becky wants to know if you live in there full time. No, she doesn't. She doesn't. Well, I don't think she does. I think she lives somewhere else. Karen is saying, now this is true. She said we will, and it's a shame that Lynn didn't film. I didn't film her doing a 3-point turn. Lynn was shouting, how on earth I could film you doing a 3-point turn while I was holding on to Navy Nora so that I didn't fall over, and going backwards and forwards and trying to shout to you and you couldn't hear me, and you shouting to me and I couldn't hear you. I don't know how you thought I was going to video it as well. Anyway, Lynn was running backwards and forwards with her trolley. I couldn't drive or speak. She was laughing so much. Absolutely. But we got her out. We got her out of the estate, and that was okay. She says she's giggling. Now, it was hysterical. So anyway, it was hysterical. And then I came in and had a calm down and that. But of course, that's right, because I then had to get ready to go out. So you didn't get a live stream last night, and you didn't see what was in the advent calendars last night because I was going out. So I went out and then I came, had a wonderful evening, and then, came back last night. I was pretty tired out when I got back, good night's sleep, and then up and out early this morning. So Shane's saying, can you say hello to Mr. David Redding for you? I will say that, Shane. I will tell Mr. David Redding that Shane Squire has said hello. And I'm sure he knows. But Karen's saying, no, she doesn't, meaning she doesn't live in the van full time. And then what she's saying, then there was a branch. Yes, on top of everything else, not only did we have a red car parked here, and you know what you don't know, Karen, is the owner of the red car got up from his seat in the front of his house and was looking out the window. But once he knew that I was safely guiding you away from his car, he went and sat back down and watched his TV. But he was a bit anxious to see what was going on first. Oh, hello, Inga. Nice to see you. Yes, Inga, I was going to message you today. I have had your lovely card, and we must link up and see each other soon. So thank you for that. Yes, I was going to message you later. I've been so busy doing mad things and not being home. But anyway, I did get your lovely card and your lovely message. Thank you. So Karen was saying, well, don't forget that there were the branches. I'm like, she needs to watch her. She on the top of her vehicle. The top of the vehicle was hitting the branches of the tree, but on the top of her vehicle, she's got a solar panel, and she didn't want the tree branches to take the solar panel off. So I'm having to watch the branches, watch the stuff that's parked here, watch the thing there. Then there was a car waiting to get off the estate that couldn't get by because we were in the way. Oh my goodness. Well, we sorted it in the end. So there we are. Look, Inga's come in via the community group. So fortunately, she's told me who it is. Because if you come in via the Facebook group, unless you've given Facebook permission or StreamYard permission to say who you are, it won't tell me. So she said, look, it's Inga. That is all is well with you. Yeah, absolutely. There we go. Look after yourself. You'll try and pop in and see you soon. And somebody had just asked how Inga and Russ were. So there you are. That must have been, what do you call it, when those things happen, when somebody suddenly pops up when you've mentioned their name. Anyway, I think you know what I mean. Ailey's saying that she made over £200 on Saturday at the knitting stall. The money has already been spent on tickets for 14 clients to go and see Peter Pan. So Ailey has a group that she goes to that supports her, and she supports them by doing knitting and fundraising, and they're taking them all to see Peter Pan at the Eden Court in Inverness. Lunch and transportation included on Friday the 6th of January 2023. That's wonderful, Ailey. What a great idea. Corey's saying fantastic. I presume she's talking about that. Who knows which comments belong to which statements? I don't know. But Karen said you had to be there. Yesterday you did have to be there. It was just so giggly. So Tom is saying the internet is complex, regrettably, with just millions of different people, not everyone the same. Absolutely. We all are different. And the thing is, if you find people you like, that's fine. Home in on them. Join their conversations if they like that, if that's what they want to do. But if you don't like it, and this is what I've told people. Some people have been very rude to me when I'm live streaming, and I say, if you don't like it, scroll on by. That's what your thumb is for. So if you want to join our community, you have to be polite and nice, and that's fine. If you're not polite and nice, I will either block you or report you to Facebook. But we don't have to do that very often, fortunately. Most of our people are lovely when they come in here. If you don't like the conversation, just go and find another conversation where you are enjoying it. That's how it works. Okay, so I'm sure everybody understands that. Right, Cass saying that's amazing. Ailey, really kind. And right. So that was all the adventures yesterday. And then Kath, jog on. That's right, Tom. Exactly, jog on. And Becky says she cannot wait till our adventures in the camper, in the motorhome. That should be a hoot. I am sure it will. I am sure we will giggle all day long. I'm sure there are going to be some really interesting adventures in that motorhome. Anyway, so today I had adventures with Kath. So I came out of the dentist, and I don't bother about the dentist. I don't have any fears of dentists. I have a very high pain tolerance. I had to have I had two fillings on this side, but he did them both today, so he only needed to do one injection, and that was good. And I don't mind needles or anything like that, so I'm not worried about going to the dentist. So it wasn't a problem. Oh yes, now Karen's just saying something else. Now this is great for the community. Karen has a shop in Monkton Street, and it was where she was originally. It was to do dog grooming and things to do with dogs. She actually sells toothbrushes for dogs as well, and various other things, but the shop isn't open at the moment, and she would like the shop to be sorted so that we could actually probably use it in some way for local charity work. So I'm just putting that out there, and somebody might come up with a good idea, because those of you who are regular in this community know that we are always doing charity fundraising. Those of you new tonight won't know that, but so there is an offer that we could perhaps use that space for some fundraising. And of course, if you know anything about us at all, we know how to put the fun into fundraising. So that's more fun and laughter to be had while we raise money for local charities. So anyway, back to today. And so I finally, got in Kath's vehicle once I'd waved to the people that I didn't know who I was waving to, and in the first vehicle, and then seeing Kath, I went and got in the vehicle with Kath. Now, Kath had offered, we were going to go and have lunch together, but as I say, this side of my mouth was numb. And of course, if you go and eat lunch while you've got a numb mouth, you're likely to bite into your own flesh. So we weren't going to eat too soon. But we were going to the Isle of Wight Pearl, which was not far away, because there was a Christmas tree festival on. Now, on the island, Bryston have had a Christmas tree festival, the Bryston Christmas Tree Festival, that's gone on for over 20 years. And it's been run by Chris Goodman all those years. And some years ago, I went, when I learned about it, I've been on the island ages before I ever heard about it. Then I heard about this marvellous Christmas tree festival. So I got on the bus and went to Bryston. And, going to Bryston on the bus, it's like one of those buses that's very rare, only a few each day. And, like one about every other 2 or 3 hours. So I got on the bus and went to Bryston for a Christmas tree festival. And when you're there, the Christmas trees are over 7 different venues. So they use the Methodist church, they use the library, they use the reading room and the other church up the other end. So they have 7 different places where Christmas trees are. And people put Christmas trees in. So it might be a local business that put a Christmas tree in, which is great publicity, it's a great marketing ploy if you advertise your own business on a Christmas tree that hundreds of people are coming to look at. We had a Go Live Granny Christmas tree in there. The number 12 bus. That's right, Caroline. Thank you. And so I went over. And that first year, I was pootling around, and I'd been in 1 or 2 of the venues, and I'd taken some live stream of some of the Christmas trees. And I did every Christmas tree. Oh my goodness, we've got a low battery. Hang on a minute. Let's plug us in, or we'll disappear. Whoops. Now, I don't know if I can do this because hang on a minute. The wire is coming up the other side. Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. Is there any battery juice? Oh, no. Hang on. I got to. Whoa. Let's see if we can plug you in. Oh, I know what I need to do. I've got a longer wire. I don't know if is this wire longer? I might have to move you because it won't reach. The wire won't reach. Wait a minute. Oh, hang on. Let's put you the other side. Hang on, folks. Hold tight. I can't charge you up because the battery wire won't reach. So let's put you over here like you usually are. And let's plug you in over here. Sorry, I hope I didn't make you all seasick there. Right, okay, now we can close that. Now we've got battery. We are plugged in again, okay? So there we go. Right, so you're over that side now. Let's have a look. So I happened to, so years ago, I went to the Christmas tree festival, and then I went in the big church. So there's a big church over there, and there was some gentleman piling chairs up and doing things. And I went up and I said, "Oh, excuse me," I said, "do you know who's in charge of the Christmas tree festival?" And he said, "Yes, I am." So how I happened in all of that to actually find the guy who actually ran the Christmas tree festival, I don't know, but I did. And his name was Chris. His name is Chris Goodman. And I said, "Would you like to do an interview that I can tell everybody what's going on?" So he was very keen to do an interview. And ever since then, we've done interviews each time. I've managed to find him and interview him, and I've given them loads of publicity. But, this Christmas tree festival is amazing because people come from the mainland to the Isle of Wight to see the Christmas tree festival. It is an amazing pool. There are about over 200 trees, and they're all different. Every single tree is different. You've got real Christmas. No, I don't know if they ever did any real Christmas trees, mostly artificial trees, but you've got trees made out of wood. You've got trees that are an artificial Christmas tree, with the branches that come down. There's the wood turners have a wooden one that they've done that's absolutely amazing. I mean, there were trees of every sort, an amazing amount. And I will try and find some of these videos and live streams and put them out so that you can see what I'm talking about. Well, last year, of course, obviously we had pandemic and we didn't have Christmas tree festivals in the pandemic. And then Chris, I don't know whether he'd not been well or what, but he decided that it was time for him to stop running the Christmas tree festival. So he asked, hang on, let's just see. Right. Tom's saying that 2022 was a total nightmare, absolutely worldwide mess. Yes, it was. Karen saying any charities will be welcome in that shop. Becky saying, what about setting up a clothing donation shop or thrift store and gather some things no one wants or needs and sell them, and then that perhaps do baked goods section? Probably if you do baked goods section, I expect we might get into trouble with legislation and rules, and we've got to stick with it. It's got to be as simple as we can make it. Good idea, Becky, but that one could run into trouble with health and hygiene rules and things like that. But it was a good idea, and you could get the knitters out there and do a craft fair. Yes, so that sort of thing more likely to probably be okay. Ailey's saying she wonders if the dog toothbrushes for dogs really work. So there we are. Over to you, Karen, on that one. Caroline's telling everybody it's the number 12 bus over to Bryston. Not sure if it would be allowed if it has a kitchen. You could do dinner. Oh, right. Yes. So Becky's realised to raise money, a spaghetti dinner to go or eat. Absolutely. Lots of ideas coming in. Tom's saying he's very bad with technology. Never mind. And Shane's saying he's bad with technology. It doesn't matter, folks. You've managed to hit the on button on your phone. That's good enough technology for now, isn't it? So anyway, Caroline is there saying it's on again in 2023. Yes. So as I say, Chris was hanging up his boots and not going to be doing the Christmas tree festival. It was very sad. Then the papers were saying, well, the Isle of Wight Pearl is doing a Christmas tree for a festival for about 70 Christmas trees. So that's where Kath and I were today. And we went round, and first of all, we went round and I photographed every one of them. Then by this time, my mouth was actually not numb anymore. So we sat and had our lunch in Isle of Wight Pearl, and it's beautiful. We were looking out over the sea, and the sun was glistening on the sea. And I must say, my journey over to Bryston this morning was amazing. To Freshwater was amazing. The sun was shining. It was a chilly December day, a typical chilly December cold day, crisp and cold. But the sun was shining, and I was on the bus, and it was warm in the bus. And the sun was shining, and the trees, some of the trees have still got their autumn colours. And it was so beautiful. And then when we went through Wellow and Thornley, and when we got Thorley, and when we came out the other side there, as you come out of the road from Wellow and Thorley, you're opposite the sea as you come to Yarmouth, and the sun was shining on the sea. Oh, what's not to like? I took loads of video, and I will put those bits up when I get a minute, maybe a bit later if I don't fall asleep. And just amazing. So it was a beautiful journey over there. And then, of course, as I say, Kath took me round to the Isle of Wight Pearl. Caroline's saying there's new people running, apparently. Yes. So even though Chris had put out an appeal and nobody came forward this year, we've just had some ladies who've come forward and said they will run it next year. Now, of course, a Christmas tree festival with hundreds of trees takes a whole year to organise. So they will be starting to organise next year's Christmas tree festival immediately. Obviously, Chris will give them help and pass on all the details of things that he's done, and then obviously they'll put their own spin on it, and maybe bigger and bolder, I don't know. So there we are. Hi, Shane from Ipswich, says Tom, and Shane's saying hello to Tom. Kath saying we could sell the crafts for different charities each. Absolutely, we could, Kath. So this is in the shop that Karen is offering us. So yes, we could, like I did in the Isle of Wool. That's right. So we used to take any of the goodies that lots of you lovely people knitted and put them in Isle of Wool. Now, when we did that, we left them there, and Helen sold them in the shop during the day. But the thing is that Karen's not in the shop all the day, so we would have to work out when we were going to do it and when we were going to man it, etc. Tom's saying that we're YouTube addicted. Exactly. There you go. Right, so Karen is saying, which ones are you talking about? The whimsy chews, they work in as much as they will remove light plaque. So she's talking about cleaning teeth. Oh, it's a bit of about a dental thing today, because I went to the dentist, and now we're talking about teeth, dogs' teeth, and cleaning them. So there we go. So Kath said we were well looked after in the Pearl by Chris and the other man whose name I can't remember. Jake was the other guy, Kath. So Chris was one of the staff in the in the food area. But we went, Kath and I went round and looked at all the trees. And when we got into the conservatory, where there are tables where you can eat as well, they had one of those things where there's pictures and you put your head through a hole. And they were actually pictures of snowmen. And I said, come on, Kath, we have to put our heads through these holes for the snowman's head, and we'll find someone to take a photograph. So Chris appeared, so he took a photograph of us. Then we had a lot of banter with him, and then we ended up taking selfies with him as well. And then we went in and had our lunch, and we had a lot of banter in there. I had coronation chicken, delicious. And then I had a nice hot chocolate with chocolate orange and marshmallows and naughty bits sticking out of it. Lovely. But we were well looked after by both Jake and Chris. So thank you very much. Karen's saying that's the sort of thing. Yes, it will just need people to man the shop, as she unfortunately cannot do this due to her health. So if we could get a team, for doing it, or if we had the shop open, say always at a 10 to 12 on a Wednesday or something like that, and people got to know it, we could do something like that. But it's something to be worked on. It's not going to happen before Christmas because we're all far too busy. But I will liaise with Karen and take in any of your ideas, and we'll work on it. Ailey's saying her support team centre Scott are wanting you to do knitting stalls next year each time the big ships come into Invergordon. Brilliant idea if you've got lots of people coming in. And so thanks, Karen. Yeah, absolutely. Right. So I'm not quite sure. Cass, can you remember whatever time it was when we left Isle of Wight Pearl? So we had been there quite a long time. I was hoping to see Lizzie Wade, who works at Isle of Wight Pearl, who I know and who will have had a big hand in doing the Christmas, allowing the Christmas tree festival, but she wasn't there today. So, oh, no voice coming up. I will message her and say we went, and it was lovely. Tom's got to go. Bye-bye, Tom. Let's say goodbye to Tom. There we go. Bye, Tom. Cass said we left at about 3:30. So we were there quite a long time. And suffice it to say, we had a lovely time. We met a lovely couple of ladies in there while we were looking at the trees in the conservatory bit. And they were visitors to the Isle of Wight. And we had a good old chat with them, didn't we, Kath? And they were really nice people. And, as I say, we had a chat with them. And then we went back to Kath's house to collect John, because John was going to go with us and drive us to Aldi's. That I won't say that Aldi's was the highlight of the day, because I think that probably going to the Isle of Wight Pearl was far more interesting than doing the shopping in Aldi's. However, I will say I'm incredibly grateful to Kath and John for taking me to Aldi's, because it's I have to get buses to go over to Aldi's. Aldi's, I can get more money, more shopping for my money in Aldi's. But it's not the easiest store to get to. So they took me over there and we did shopping over there. And they eventually delivered me home, carried my shopping up the stairs and put it in, just by my lounge door. Ready. My kitchen is in my lounge, so that's why they put it there. And then I came in and put away all the cold shopping, the fridge freezer shopping, and did that. And if I'd have sat down then into a chair, then I probably would have gone fast asleep, but I didn't. I decided to put some of the rest of the shopping away, and then to come and do a live stream, and then I'll go to sleep. Anyway, so Karen is saying, what is the difference watching you on YouTube, watching you on Facebook? Can we not see the comments from YouTube? I think I don't know. If you're on YouTube, you can see the comments that the YouTube people are making down the side. If you're on Facebook, you can see the comments that the Facebook people are making. You can't see them on the other ones, I don't think, which is why I click on them. If I put them on the screen, if you're on YouTube, you can see them, even if you're, not a Facebook user. I think that's how it works, Kath. If anyone wants to back that one up and let me know, then just confirm that. Karen says she loves Aldi's lid. Well, if you love Aldi's, then maybe sometimes the motorhome could go via Aldi's. Who knows? But anyway, we did it. We were obviously quite tired by the time we got to Aldi's, and I did as much shopping as I could, I could manage. And then we went back in the car. And then Morrison's, there's a Morrison's not far from Aldi's, and Kath wanted to just go in Morrison's. So I stayed in the car. I almost fell asleep while John and Kath went into Morrison's. But they got a couple of items for me that I hadn't been able to get in the other shop. And they also came with a cup of coffee, takeaway coffee. And so I had most of the takeaway coffee. But what they don't know was, after they dropped me off, I still had my coffee cup in my hand, and I had a little bit of coffee in the bottom of the cup. And I put it on Navy Nora and managed to knock it over and spill it on the top of Navy Nora. However, I spotted it very quickly, grabbed some tissues, mopped it up, and it didn't go in Navy Nora. So that was good. So that was the third spillage, because on the other day Saturday, when I was live streaming over at the Spirit of Christmas, I saw Mimi. Mimi had invited and told me all about the event that was going on over there. And I just met up with her, and she was standing next to me. And I swung round and knocked her coffee out of her hand, which I was most embarrassed about. She wouldn't let me go and buy her another coffee. I said I must. But anyway, she wouldn't let me. Last night at the meal, I was chatting to the lovely ladies along the table before the meal started, and my seat was here. Andrew's seat was here. Andrew was collecting the money for the meals at the by the door, so he wasn't sat in his place yet. So I sat in this place to talk to the lovely lady on the end, and managed to spill my lemonade and lime all over the table. So that's it. 3 spillages now. Hopefully that's it. So Karen is saying, Kath is saying, oh no, you have had a few drink spills. That's the third one. So hopefully finish now. Absolutely, Kath. But it was only a tiny bit, and I spotted it so quickly that I stopped it dribbling along the lid and down inside Navy Nora. It was only on the lid, so I caught it. So anyway, that was the day. That was my day today. And of course, yesterday I didn't live stream my advent calendars, because some of you have been watching me open my advent calendars. I have 3 advent calendars. I am lucky enough to have, let's see if I can move this round. I have my Galaxy advent calendar that my daughter always sends me. Galaxy is one of the things. I have some dietary requirements, and some of the chocolates have things in I can't have, but Galaxy is something that I can have, and so my daughter always sends me a Galaxy one. So we are looking for door 3. No, we aren't. We're looking for door 5 and 6, because we've done 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's have a look. I am looking. There is number 5. Door number 5. So in what's behind the door? Well, let's have a look. So there's a little teddy bear. I don't know if you can see. Can you see the little teddy bear? So that was door number 5, and here is door number 6. So behind, it's a bigger one behind number 6, I think. Or it looks bigger. Maybe it is, or maybe it isn't. It is. It's like a Christmas pudding. We've had a Christmas pudding before in one of the earlier ones. So look, that looks like a little Christmas pudding as well. So that's door 5 and 6. So let's put that back up there. And then Corrie gave me this lovely pucker tea advent calendar. So let's have a look and see if we can see. I can see number 6. Let's see here's number 5. Right, so this is number 5. And number 5 is 3-phenyl. 3-phenyl. There we go. Look, that's what's inside. That's what's number 5 on the Pucker Tea calendar. And let's see what number 6 is. Number 6 is up there. Whoa, I know I like this one. I've had a lot of peppermint and licorice. I do like that one. And not only do I like the tea, but I like, if you buy a box of peppermint and licorice, the box that it comes in is all, I mean, all their boxes are very decorative, but I use it for craft purposes. So it's a very lovely bright one that the peppermint and licorice comes in. Ooh, I do like that. So those are the two. So now that was those 2 calendars. And now here, let's just have a little swig of tea here. Ailey's showing a nose. I think that's a nose because I'm sniffing it. Let's have a look. So now we have the Crafter's Companion Advent calendar. This is the Advent calendar that comes from Crafter's Companion, the place where I get a lot of my craft stuff and I watch craft shows. Do you know what? Because I've been out most of today and most of yesterday, I've got withdrawal symptoms from Crafter's Companion shows. I'm sure I can do them on catch up. Anyway, so here we go. So there's little Sarah. That's Sarah. Sarah runs the Crafter's Companion company. She set it up when she was at uni. She did it from her bedroom at uni, and this represents her family home and her mum and dad's shop, their wallpaper decorating shop when she was growing up, and she lived above in one of those. That's where they lived, upstairs above the shop. But so she's made that's the design she's used for her Advent calendar this year. Last year it was an octagon and it had things in it. Last year there was one item behind each door. This year last year the feedback was, well, if we have one item, so maybe you have a stamp, we had to wait for another door to open to be able to get the die that went with it, and people wanted the dies and the stamps together. So the first door we opened had 13 items. It had 6 stamps and 7 dies, I think, in it, and so you could actually make a card with all the things that came out of the first one. So we've opened 4 doors. We're now going to door 5. Now, I do know what's in door 5, but I'm not going to tell you until I show you, because I watched Craig. Craig is one of the presenters for Crafter's Companion, and he was doing earlier on today, I saw that he had done a live stream with the contents of door number 5, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to open it and show you, and I have no idea what's behind number 6 because I didn't want to do a spoiler alert. So here we go, number 5. This side, Father Christmas. Look how big these doors are. So let's see. Door number 5, and this is an embossing folder. So look, you put your card in between it. Look, it's a folder like that. You put your card in between it and run it through one of the little dies, and it embosses the card, so it makes it all raised up, and then you can make all sorts of pretty things with it. So I shall have a look and see what Craig made with his, and then I shall make something. Tomorrow I've got a fairly quiet day, she says, so I'm hoping to make some things with some of the things that have come out of the Advent calendar. I'm hoping to do some tidying up as well, because it's got such a mess around here. It's Trixie and Bertie, and they don't tidy it up. They leave it for me to do. So tomorrow I have to do a lot of clearing up before I can make a mess some more with some more crafty things. So anyway, that was door number 5. Now let's see what is in door number 6. So door number 5 is there. Door number 6 is just over here, not very far away. So let's see what is in door number 6. Whoops. Oh dear, I've made a bit of a mess of this. Hang on a minute, folks. Let me see if, I don't know if it's one item or more. Hang on. Is there more than one item in there? No, I think it's just, is it one item? No, it's just one item today, I think. Yes, one item. And it is a little, I don't know if you can see. Put it there. I don't know if you can see. It's a little, it looks like a pumpkin with flowers in it. I don't know if it's a pumpkin with flowers or if it's a vase, but look, it's a stamp. So you stamp it up with your ink and then colour it in with lots of beautiful colours. So there we go, folks. That's all the calendars opened as far as we go for day 6. So Ailey's saying a teddy. It's not a teddy. The teddy was the chocolate. So this is the contents. Yeah. So there we go. We have all these lovely things. 2 lovely teas. 2 lovely chocolates that I shall eat in a minute. There we go. And so for now, folks, that has taken us up. Wow, my goodness, we've been online an hour. So there we go. I hope that, did you like what you saw? So Karen's got to go and sort out her dogs and her children. Let me know next time. And she'll be back. Much love, Karen. This will keep me busy. Absolutely. So, folks, I'm going to go and finish my breakfast, which I haven't finished yet, and I hope to finish in a minute. Oh, I was going to tell you about my scarf. So this scarf came from Jane Ireland, and she knitted this when we were doing various projects, and she sent it to Yvonne to give to me. I think Yvonne got one as well. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I love the colour. I love the feel of it. It's soft. It's warm. But I'm not the only one who loves it. Lots of people love it, and they keep telling me how they love it. But last night at the new Homewood Hotel, where we had the Full Gospelman's meal, there's a new manager, and apparently the Homewood Hotel has become privately owned. It was part of a chain, but it seems to be privately owned now. I don't know if it's still connected to the Best Westerns. I'm not quite sure because it still says Best Western outside. But anyway, the new manager is Simon. And Simon kept trying to saw this, and he kept trying to take it from me. So in the end, I had a picture of him and me with this on, which is on my Facebook page. But we actually had so much banter. We built up a rapport, and I'm going to go and see him because he wants to discuss some ideas of fundraising and fun things to do at the hotel that makes it a much more vibrant place. So I'm going to go and do that. But when we were having the fun, I'd nipped out to the ladies, and I was just coming back, and he was trying to take this. We were having fun, and I said, "What's your name?" And he said, "Simon." I said, "Oh, Simon, are you the pieman?" And then I went back to my table, and as I just said, "Are you the pieman?" the mince pies were on the table. So I thought that was a bit funny. You might not think it's funny, but I did. So there we go. Ailey has got 2 Yorkshire Terriers and 14 Jack age 12. Sorry, I got a bit muddled there. 14 what's or just a Jack age 12. Anyway, I'm sure you'll sort that one out. So, folks, that's a wrap, I believe. So I'm going to finish off. I'm going to go and have my breakfast and maybe a bit of tea to go with it. I've got some mushrooms and other nice bits over there. So I'm going to go and do that. And I think an early night is called for. Yes, Cass says she hopes I sleep well tonight. I will sleep well. I need to make sure I get into bed when I've eaten, because one night I fell asleep here on the table. It's not the most comfortable place to sleep, and of course when the temperature drops it gets cold as well. So the best place to sleep is in bed. So I'm going to try and get into bed. And hi Finley, nice to see you. We're just finishing up, so you have to watch the replay. Tapat Lent, which means I think goodbye. Ailey's saying goodbye and thank you maybe. So yes, Kath, I will sleep well, but I bet you will sleep well as well, because Kath has been on the go with me today as well. She didn't do the journey across on the bus, but she has done lots of running around and helping me. an amazing friend. I mean, I this community is giving me so many amazing friends, so many lovely things, lifts to different places, fun, fundraising. I mean, it's just such a buzzy place to be, and it's so exciting and so nice. So I am so grateful to the people in this community. Whether you sit and watch or whether you come in and join in, it doesn't matter. You don't have to join in and talk. If you just want to sit in the background, that's perfectly fine. But you do make it what it is. Without all you lovely people, I'd be sitting talking to my iPhone, and that may not be the most exciting thing in the world. But there you go. So Ailey's saying, well said. So I'm glad that we've had people in from both Facebook and um, from YouTube. Kath is saying that I keep many of you going, but you know what? It's a two-way process, because I spar, but I feed off you. If I spar and nobody responds, it would fall like a lead balloon, wouldn't it? There would be no traction in it. It would be, oh dear, Lynn, that went down like a lead balloon. But because you react in a nice way, we can keep having the banter. I remember years ago, I mean, I never thought I was a very funny person. And years ago, when I was selling Usborne children's books, I was at a conference and I was in a queue, and I just said something, and the girls behind me giggled. And they said, "Oh, Lynn, you're so funny. You should write a book." I never thought of myself as funny like that until they said that. And I never thought I should write a book. I know I should write umpteen books now of all the adventures. Just don't ever have time to sit down and do it. So if anybody wants to help me write my book, or 2 or 3 books, then please let me know, because we do need to get it down. Yes, the book. There we are. Maybe you, Kath, will help me. Who knows? So I must do that, because there are so many different books. One of the books would be The Power of the Network. And just to prove that when you have lots of lovely people who come together, there's amazing things that you can do. I mean, I've gone to my network, if when we wanted different things, if we needed help in any way, we go to the network and we ask who knows, and somebody will know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. And I remember when the Chamber of Commerce they did a demonstration of the power of, what do you call it? The power of six or something like that. And they put the names of 6 people up on the wall, and it may have been they may have been alive or dead, it didn't matter. But within the network, you should be able to talk to somebody who talks to somebody, so within your group, talk to that person, to that person, to that person, to connect with every one of those 6 people. And we did it. We tried it in the room that we were in, and we managed to connect. Somebody would know the cook, who knew the auntie, who knew the gardener of that person. So you don't know who knows who, and unless you put it out there to ask, you don't know. I've put all sorts of things out there. I was stuck without a taxi. I was telling this one recently. I was up at Yvonne's and I needed to get down into Ventnor town to catch the bus on my birthday, which was the day the Queen died, and I had to get back into Newport because I was meeting family for a birthday dinner, and I was stuck in Upper Ventnor with no transport. And I went to the network, and I went to somebody on the network and said, "Do you know anybody who could give me a lift from Upper Ventnor to Lower Ventnor?" And she herself, she was the chair of the Ventnor committee, and I knew her, and she said, "Oh, I'll come and pick you up." So she did. But we've had other things where people have been stuck in one way or another, whatever. One time, when I was driving way back, I got stuck with a battery that had died in the pouring rain with somebody else in the car. We needed to get rescued, and I just put it out there on Facebook, "Can anybody help?" And within minutes we had somebody who was coming up with battery chargers, and we were on our way again. On the mainland one day, I was going to the mainland for a conference, and I was with somebody from the island who was going as well, and we went, and his car broke down somewhere on the mainland. So again, I used the power of the network, and I put out, "Help, Anybody rescue a damsel in distress? And lo and behold, somebody in the network responded, and somebody managed to get us the AA and get sorted, and we got on our merry way. You know, you just don't know. And if you don't ask, it won't happen. But the power of the network is amazing. So one of the books I want to write is about the power of the network. I do want to write my life story, if anybody's ever got time to watch it or listen to it, or, you know, and it's quite long because I'm 72 years old as well. But, you know, I never, ever thought that anybody would want to read it until these people said, and so many people have said to me, Lynn, write your book. So we must do that. So let's have a look. Cass saying, oh, yes, the book. And Facebook users saying, you look forward to these lives and looking forward to the camping adventures. So am I. Ailey can only write in Scottish Gaelic. Well, we don't want my book in Scottish Gaelic because I wouldn't be able to read it. Facebook user there, whoever that is, saying that would be awesome for you to write a book or 2 or 3, and what a treasure for your grand kids will have to pass on to their own children one day. Ailey says her spelling in writing English is bad, and she's reminding me of the time I got stuck in the rain in Fort William. Absolutely, I was in Scotland for Christmas and New Year with a friend, and we got stuck. Somebody, actually, we didn't break down, but we were sitting in the rain in the car park, and somebody reversed their car into us. We weren't moving. I was sitting stationary. Fortunately, they didn't do much damage to the car, and we were able to get on our way. But, you know, these things. Oh, right. It's Becky on Facebook. User, not sure it's showing you as a Facebook user now. Right. It is showing you as a Facebook user rather than who you are. But anyway, thank you, Becky. So I'm lucky. I've got nice heating on next to me. I'm lucky that I haven't used up too much heating money. I'm lucky that the government benefits that they're putting in for us have kicked in. So my energy account is in credit. So I'm not sitting here not being able to put my heating on and getting cold. You know, I do have, and I put my heating on not high. I don't want to get it very hot in here, but to the point where it's taking the chill off, and I'm toasty warm. As you can see, I've got this scarf on. I've got my penguin scarf on. Hang on, let me show you. And I've got a nice jumper that was my mum's. That's all sparkly, this one. And I've got another top on underneath that. So I've layered up nicely, and I'm toasty warm. And I do find when I put scarves at my neck, it keeps me so very warm. Amazingly warm. I just have to be careful when I go and cook at the cooker that I haven't got scarves dangling down, so I tend to take them off if I'm by an open flame on the cooker. But I'm doing most of my cooking in the air fryer and the microwave, and the hob I do use sometimes. And I'm going to have my oven taken away. I'm going to give it away. I don't want it anymore. I don't like bending down to get things in and out in the oven. It's expensive, and I don't need it anymore because I've got the air fryer and the microwave and the hob, and I've got a slow cooker as well. And now I need a cupboard space to put in some of these things when I'm not using them. So I've got more workspace on the side. So that's the plan. So. Right, so Tom's back now. Hello, Tom. Have I seen the Grinch film? No, I think I told you the other day I started watching the Grinch and I fell asleep, and I never went back to watch it. So I will have to go and watch the Grinch and some of the other Christmas films. The Grinch saved Christmas. Okie dokie. I knew that the Grinch stole Christmas, but obviously the Grinch saved Christmas as well. So, folks, I hope that that has been some sort of entertainment for you this evening. I've had a wonderful day today. I had a wonderful day yesterday. I have some amazing people around me, either directly here in my community physically, you know, where I go out and have fun with them in their motorhomes or their cars or wherever I go. And then I have an amazing community who come in and join us online and join in the chit chat and the fun. I'm very grateful to you. If you didn't come in, I'd just be talking to my phone, and that would be a bit silly, wouldn't it? But anyway, I'm going to stop talking to my phone. I'm going to stop talking to all of you now, because I do need to go and eat. And then I need to put some of this shopping away, and I need to get an early night. I think that might be a good plan. It's already 22 minutes past 9, so better go and do that. So night, everybody. Thank you for joining me. You are amazing. You know, if you enjoy what you see, do please tell other people about it and let them join in. If they're mad, wacky people like us, they might like to join it. If they're not mad and wacky, they probably won't. Kath is saying, nice seeing you in, Becky. Kath, thank you. Thank John so much for the help you gave me today and all the other times. Bedtime for Kath shortly as well. She said, well, I think she's worn out with all the things she's helped me with today. But, you know, thank you so much. It is so, I'm so grateful for the help that you've given me. Thank you to Karen yesterday, who gave me a lift home, and Caroline, who came and joined me. Those of you who are online friends, absolutely fine as well. You know, it's just a shame we can't all meet in public all the time, but we can do the next best thing because of technology. Cass says she loves seeing me. So there we go. And we are planning a bit more. Watch this space, because we have another plan, Kath and John and I, either for tomorrow or for Thursday. But I'm not going to tell you what it is. We've got to formulate the plan and make sure we know what we're doing, and then watch this space and be ready to watch maybe some live streaming or some videoing tomorrow evening. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Tomorrow evening or the next day. Okay. Nice seeing you all. There we go. And thanks for sharing Invergordon on Saturday, Lynn. That's fine. Absolutely fine. So that's it. I'm off now. It is a wrap. I'm going to eat the rest of my breakfast and add a little bit more, because, you know, there wasn't enough there to sustain me for my evening meal. Because I hadn't done a lot. I wasn't going to have a very big breakfast this morning. Well, I didn't have any at all, did I? Bye, everybody. Take care, stay safe, keep warm, and I'll see you on another broadcast very soon.